Why did Israeli officials admit mid-war that they underestimated Hezbollah's ability to strike deep inside Israel, when the architecture of that underestimation was always visible and deliberately ignored? March 2026. An Israeli official, speaking to media, confesses what was obvious to observers for years. We underestimated Hezbollah. We didn't think these people could conduct so many drone strikes inside Israel. The admission comes as Hezbollah drones penetrate northern Israeli airspace, strike military installations, disrupt civilian life, and demonstrate that the iron wall of Israeli security is porous. The architecture of this surprise is not intelligence failure. It is strategic arrogance disguised as capability assessment. The underestimation was not analytical. It was political. Hezbollah's drone program has been public knowledge since 2019. Iranian transfer of Ababil 2, Shahed 136, and indigenous development of larger platforms was documented in open sources. The 2021 Gaza conflict demonstrated Hamas drone capabilities that Hezbollah exceeded in sophistication and scale. Every intelligence assessment, not contaminated by political optimism, acknowledged Hezbollah's evolution from guerrilla militia to combined arms force with precision strike capability. But acknowledging Hezbollah's capability required acknowledging the failure of Israeli strategy. The architecture of Israeli security doctrine rests on deterrence, the belief that overwhelming force, demonstrated periodically through punishment campaigns, prevents adversary escalation. Admitting that Hezbollah had developed strike capability immune to Israeli air superiority required admitting that deterrence had failed, that punishment had not prevented preparation, that the 2006 Lebanon war settlement had allowed Hezbollah to rebuild stronger than before. The underestimation was institutionalized denial. The unasked question: why do military institutions consistently underestimate adversaries they prefer not to fight? The answer reveals cognitive architecture of threat inflation and deflation. Israel inflated the Iranian nuclear threat to justify alliance with America, airstrikes, regional escalation. It deflated the Hezbollah conventional threat to avoid ground invasion, occupation, casualties that would destabilize domestic politics. The inflated threat justified action. The deflated threat justified inaction. Both were inaccurate. Both served political convenience over strategic reality. The admission mid-war is not honesty. It is excuse-making. By confessing underestimation, Israeli officials transfer responsibility from decision to information, from "we chose not to prepare" to "we were not informed." The intelligence services failed, not the political leadership. The assessments were wrong, not the strategy. This is the architecture of accountability avoidance. Admit error in execution to prevent examination of error in conception. But the deeper architecture is alliance manipulation through vulnerability. Israeli admission of Hezbollah capability, simultaneous with Iranian missile strikes, Houthi Red Sea closure, Iraqi militia activation, creates pressure for expanded American commitment. We underestimated becomes we need help. The vulnerabilities revealed become justifications for deeper American military involvement, more interceptor transfers, carrier group extension, potential ground force commitment. The surprise that embarrasses Israeli military competence serves Israeli political interest in binding American power more tightly to Israeli security. The Hezbollah drones penetrating Israeli airspace are not merely weapons, they are arguments for American assistance, for expanded war, for the permanent alliance that makes Israeli strategic miscalculation survivable. What do you think? Is this honest military admission enabling necessary strategic adjustment? Or is it deliberate vulnerability revelation to manipulate American rescue, transferring costs of Israeli miscalculation to American soldiers and taxpayers? Drop your thoughts below.